Hey, I'm Johannes.
Hey, I'm Jonathan.
And today we're going to talk about how to aim, depending on what discs you're throwing.
Johannes is going to do most of the work here.
Okay. There's actually so many factors that decides where you should aim. Like how far is it to the basket? How much power should I use? Which disc am I using? Is it going to the left at the end? Is it going to the right? Am I throwing it at an angle? Am I throwing it high? Am I throwing it low? Is it a headwind? But we're gonna limit ourselves today. I made a bit of a drawing. These are hyzer angle when you tilt the disc to the left if you're right-handed. Straight Anhyzer release when you tilt the disc to the right. And this is what happens if you throw overstable, a straight flying disc or a stable one, and what happens if you have an understable one. And we're gonna focus ourselves to this line and sprinkle with these two.
So why not the ones in the corners here?
We actually done videos of all these in the corners. This one, it's the max distance flex shot with Thomas. This is actually a roller. This is the hyzer flip that you and I did. And this you can say is the spike hyzer we did. They're fun to throw, but these are the most useful. You can use them in 99% of the time on the course. If you learn to throw it flat consistently, that's the best. So we have to start up with lining up our body. One way to do it, look at the basket straight up and then 90 degrees counterclockwise so that your hip is pointing towards the basket. And then we're gonna find a good stance so you can get a nice clean release so that the disc travels towards the basket. So this is really easy if you can and have a disc that just goes straight all the time. But if I have an overstable disc that wants to fade in the end, I have to adjust. So I'm aiming to the right of the basket. So the disc travels to the right and then fades and lands by the basket. And if I have an understable disc, I have to adjust to the other way. So I can aim over there to the left and the disc will travel right towards the basket. My body is always aligned in the same way. I just change the direction of the hip. So the thing is that I rarely aim at the basket. I maybe aim way over there to the left and I lined up my body towards that. And then hopefully the disc will do the job and fly to the basket afterwards.
Question, Big X 0.07. Do you run up straight or from the side then?
Good question. I always run up straight. I think it's the best idea. Because
but you mean you do it straight, just not straight on the T-pad thing?
Yeah, so I might be starting in this corner and ending up in the other corner. Because I have an overstable disc, I want my shot to initially go away to the right of where the basket is and then come back. And the opposite for an understable disc, but it's always a straight line. And the straight line is actually what my right foot does. So if I'm going from this corner to that corner, I imagine it's my right foot that's on the straight line, and therefore my disc will always be a straight line. And here it's a good thing to be mindful of the direction of the T-pad. Sometimes they line up perfectly with the plan and the shot you're executing, and sometimes they don't, but we'll talk about that later.
I have a question.
Yep.
Well, Edward has a question. How do I keep my aim while reaching back? I think about this too. Looking away from the target.
You don't. The aiming part is actually done with all of your body. It's nice to look at the thing that you're aiming at the beginning of the run-up. When you're reaching back, you have to let go of the visual and just trust that your body will know where to hit it.
This is how I think about this, because this is a problem of mine as well. I do this because I have trust issues with my own body. But what you lose in sight, you can gain in distance. Because while doing this, you can't fully reach back. So Edward, trust your body and distance will come.
It's like a poem.
A badly written poem.
Here we have a hole and it's pretty tricky. We have the gap over here that we kind of have to go through, but the basket is way over to the right. So when I come to the hole, first I have to decide the two things, what disc and what kind of shot am I making to make it to the basket. When I visualize that kind of shot, I can see where my aiming point is, but the only thing I'm aiming for is the beginning of the flight and the angle. I can't really aim for the last part of the flight. That's just me trusting the disc and what I've done earlier. So here it's actually pretty easy. When I'm thinking about the shot, it actually goes straight with the T-pad. So I don't have to move anything or walk strangely on the T-pad. It's just straight up for me towards the gap and then trusting the disc at the end. I've decided that a river, fairway driver -1, understable, I think is the good choice for me. And I think I need to put it on a slight Anhyzer angle and with a lot of power and giving it plenty of height so that it can travel a lot to the right. And I'm aiming it straight in the gap and hopefully it's gonna turn to the right all the way and end up by the basket. What are you thinking here?
I'm going Fury, that's understable for me. It's just the heightness, because I know when I throw high, stuff go on the left.
And this is always personal, depending on how much power do you have. So it's really hard for someone else to tell how high should you throw.
Yeah. Should I have gone higher?
Yes,
Higher.
3 meters higher.
Okay, I have another disc. This might be too understable though. Okay, hello. And goodbye. I cut roll back. That ended up pretty good.
Sometimes the worst shots are the best.
Famous last words. Can I try your river?
Yes,
It's very good.
it's a local artist I know. Ida is her name. She's 11 years old. It's really good.
I like it. No! Today was not my throwing on the right day.
No.
Maybe throw straight then. So here's Thomas Ekström's Nemesis hole. This hole actually got voted the easiest hole in the whole world. And it's so easy, it's just straight with a straight flying disc. Super straight, everything. Straight on the T-pad, look at the basket. Easy go ahead and throw.
Where is it?
It's in the woods. I'll take it. First try.
Let's say we landed here. We have to get to the basket. We could go just straight, but it's super tight. Instead, there's a lot of air here to the right, so we could, if you make an Anhyzer angle on this disc, give it some height, and then we're gonna move to the right and hopefully end up by the basket.
You're straight here to the window, I guess then.
I visualized my flight path that I want the disc to take, and the direction that it's gonna be in the beginning is at a window over there, and then the disc will do the work afterwards.
Go in. Woo! Can you show me your window? Because that was a good window.
It's over there.
Okay. Did I hit the window?
I think you kind of missed the window a bit.
So I'm gonna try to break your window now. Calmly and softly. I don't know if I broke it. I found it maybe another window, but that one worked as well.
There's usually several windows.
Is it just only personal preference sort of thing with this? Like Anhyzer versus understable disc. Like go on the right. I think about this.
Yeah. What's the question?
Like when should I pick an understable disc that goes on the right? And when should I pick a straight flying disc and just put an Anhyzer on it and forget about the understable disc?
If it's possible,
Yeah.
always throw a straight release disc that's gonna flip by itself.
But not here.
But not here, because we're so close to the basket, so it's almost impossible.
There's the basket. We are here.
Yep.
And you're over there. Hello. Hi, sir.
Hi, sir.
Yes. With a straight flying disc.
We have straight flying discs here. There's so many trees here, so we can't really go straight. It's
I might be in the way.
There's trees. Risky business. So the easiest way of getting a short putt is putting some hyzer on it and move past the trees to the right.
Okay, let's see
the
the difference between your hyzer here and mine. You'll start, please.
Okay, and the aiming thing for this one is you want the disc to travel a bit to the right, so I have to put it up in the air a bit. So just
execute. Sorry.
let's see how you do it.
Do you hold the disc as this or like a more fine-tuned here? Do you do this?
When I'm this close to the basket,
Yeah.
a bit fine-tuned. I don't
This.
grip the disc. Not
Like a putter grip? Because I don't know here, man. That's too far. Not enough height?
too much power.
But why not? This is a thing I think about, Johannes. Why do this? Why not pick a really overstable disc, throw it flat, and let it do its thing here? Why go hyzer?
Both works. It's like personal preference.
Yeah.
Try them out both. Do what feels good for you.
Okay. Do you have something overstable? Touch you with the stiletto here. Okay. That felt awkward.
Yeah.
Sort of, it did the thing, but
It moved to the left. It's pretty close to the basket. Both works.
both works. Personal preference.
Here we have an open hole with endless possibilities.
Yes, like life.
I've done my risk assessment and made up my shot selection. I want to go with an overstable disc because the water is to the left and it's open to the right. My plan is to aim to one of the trees over there to the right, pretty low as well,
Why low?
because the higher you go, the more to the left it can
Okay.
travel. And here it's the water and it slopes, so I want to go a couple of meters. I want to land the disc to the right of the basket, maybe 3 or 4 meters. I visualize maybe a little skip and then execute. And that line of play for me to that tree, I want to start here and I want to end up here. So I'm
Yeah.
actually not playing with the direction of the T-pad.
As we did that with the understable disc.
Yeah,
So let's see you execute this perfectly.
okay.
Okay, that was good. Darn. So to summarize, it's hard because there's so many stuff.
Yes.
Not take into account like if you don't throw the right thing, if you have no sup, if there's wind, if there's like a moose in the way,
Yeah.
stuff will be different then.
The answer is know your discs, pick out a few from the beginning, learn them well. What happens when I throw them high, when I throw them on this angle? Because the only way to know that kind of spot is that you've done it before and you can visualize the flight path and see that window for yourself. But that has to be up to you.
What I learned today is today was not my day to throw a disc. Maybe. It didn't go well.
But you're a bit smarter. And next time you'll be a better disc golfer.
Yes, just watch me, Mom. Please consider subscribing to the channel.
Press like or something.
Yes, mostly that, and then do something
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
that is legal.